Okay, let's dive right into the heart of it. We've spent a lot of time talking about skills in isolation, right? Well, today we're moving from the practice room to the main event to see how it all clicks together in the heat of a real debate round. I mean, think about it. You've put in the hours. You've been crafting arguments, running drills for your rebuttals, and really thinking hard about strategy and persuasion. You've got all the pieces of the puzzle. But here's the thing, all that training usually happens one piece at a time. So the real question is, what happens when you have to use all of those skills at the exact same time? You know that moment when the timer starts, the judge is looking at you, and your opponent makes their first move? That is the moment of truth, and that's exactly what we're going to break down today. So try to think of it this way. A debate round isn't just a series of separate speeches. No way. It's the arena where every single skill you've learned has to connect and work in perfect harmony. And here are those core skills, right? These are the building blocks we've been working on. You've got your rock-solid arguments, your super quick rebuttals, your big picture strategy, and of course, the art of persuasion. Every single one is absolutely crucial. And these skills all fit together in a pretty predictable flow. It usually kicks off with the opening speeches where you lay out your case. Then you get into the thick of it with responses and rebuttals. That's where the real fireworks happen. Then there's a questioning period, which is your chance to find the weak spots. And finally, it all comes together in the closing summaries, where you tell the judge exactly why you won. But really getting this flow, well, that gets to the absolute core of what separates a good debater from a truly great one. It's that massive leap from just knowing the skills to actually mastering them. Look, knowing the skills separately is good. It means you understand the parts. But mastery, that's when you use them all together, seamlessly. It's the difference between sticking to a script and being able to adapt in the moment. It's going from just reciting facts to weaving this incredible, cohesive story that wins the round. You know, like when your opponent throws out an argument you didn't expect, and you instantly pivot your strategy, pull out the perfect rebuttal, and do it all without losing that persuasive edge. That's synergy. You should really remember this. Knowing the individual skills will get you in the door, but putting them all together when the pressure's on, that's what mastery is all about. So, the big question is, how do we get there? How do we make that jump from just knowing to truly mastering? Well, this next part is basically the champion's playbook for succeeding when you're under pressure. The best of the best. They all share a few key habits. They're super organized, usually using something called a flow sheet to track every single argument so nothing gets missed. They don't just blindly follow a plan. They're constantly adapting their strategy. And maybe most importantly, they tell the judge what to focus on. They guide the judge's attention to what really matters. So what does that actually look like? Well, a winning round has a pretty clear path. First, you come out swinging with strong, clear opening arguments. Second, you don't dodge anything. You directly clash with your opponent's attacks. And that final, crucial step is weighing the impacts. It's not enough to say our plan saves money. You have to connect the dots for the judge and say, our plan saves $1 million, which, unlike my opponent's point, creates 20 new teaching jobs. That's the real-world impact that should decide this debate. And the reason this is all so tough is really simple: pressure. Pulling off all these complex, interconnected skills demands a calm, focused mind, all while that clock is ticking down. This is the real test. All right, let's switch gears a little bit and make this interactive. It's time to test your own debate instincts with a quick challenge. So just take a second and think about this. Of all the skills, building arguments, rebutting on the fly, adapting your strategy, staying persuasive, which one do you think is the hardest to pull off when you're juggling everything at once? There's really no right answer here, but it's a great question to ask yourself. Okay, pop quiz. Question 1. What makes real debate rounds so challenging? Is it A, multiple skills happening together? B, the topics are always easy? Or C, there are longer breaks? The answer is definitely A. It's trying to do everything at once that really cranks up the difficulty. And question number 2, what's a key habit of strong debaters? A, they stay organized. B, they ignore their opponent's strategy. Or C, they avoid answering questions. Yeah, you guessed it. It's A. Staying organized is the foundation that lets everything else work when you're under pressure. So that's really the big picture. A debate round isn't just a test of what you know, it's a test of how well you can put it all together in real time. The true art of this whole thing is in that synthesis. And on that note, we're about to take this to the next level. Coming up next, we are going to break down a full debate round,
from start to finish, step by step, so you can see every single one of these principles in action. I'll see you then.